Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to win more control matches in Call of Duty Mobile on Raid, Firing Range, and Summit. This isn't just about kills. This is about strategy, map control, teamwork, spawn trapping, and making the enemy team panic. If your team keeps losing control matches because nobody knows where to push or defend, this tutorial is for you. Let's get into it. Let's start with Raid, one of the best control maps in the game. If your team is attacking on Raid, the biggest mistake you can make is sending everybody to one objective. That makes your team predictable and easy to hold back. The best strategy is splitting into two teams. One team pushes A, the other team pushes B. This forces the enemy team to split up and defend both sides instead of stacking 1 point. If the enemy stacks A too heavily, your B team should capture fast. If they overcommit to B, your A team gets free space. The goal is pressure from both sides. And once one objective gets captured, the entire team should immediately rotate and collapse onto the second objective together. That pressure becomes overwhelming. Now let's talk about defending on Raid. This is where most teams throw the match. Instead of splitting your defense, have your entire team stack one objective, either A or B. And yes, let the enemy take the other objective. This strategy works because once the enemy captures 1 point, their spawns become predictable. Now your entire team can spawn trap them and fight with full pressure. You're basically forcing every enemy player into the same lanes repeatedly. That gives your team easier kills, better map control, and stronger positioning. Raid is all about controlling rotations and forcing enemies into bad pushes. Use head glitches, cover, and long angles to slow them down before they even touch the point. Now let's move to firing range. On attack, map control is everything on this map. If your team just runs straight into objectives without controlling mid-map, you're gonna get destroyed. The best strategy is to split pressure between mid-map and objectives. Have some players pressure the objective while others control key power positions like top green, tower, and woodhouse. Controlling mid-map allows your teammates to rotate safely between A and B without getting trapped. If you capture one objective, don't rush mindlessly to the second one. First, secure the middle of the map. Once you control mid, the second objective becomes much easier to take. Now for defending on firing range. This map becomes deadly if your team controls the right angles. Stack your team toward the stronger side of the map and force enemies into predictable lanes. Don't overpush too early. Let enemies walk into your crossfire. Firing range is all about controlling sightlines. The team with better positioning usually wins. And here's a huge tip. If enemies start stacking one objective heavily, don't panic. Slow them down with utility and pressure while the rest of your team controls the map around them. Good defenders don't chase kills, they waste enemy time. Summit. Now let's talk about Summit. Summit is one of the hardest control maps because of how fast enemies can rotate between objectives. On attack, teamwork matters more than individual gun skill. If everybody pushes separately, you'll get picked apart instantly. The best strategy is coordinated pressure. Have part of the team apply pressure near one objective, while the rest rotates quickly through mid or lower lanes. Summit has tight corridors and close-range fights, so utility and teamwork become extremely important. One thing you never want to do on Summit is stay exposed in open lanes too long. You'll get crossfired instantly. Use cover constantly, slide between positions, and clear corners carefully before pushing objectives. Now for defending on Summit. Positioning is everything. You want to lock down choke points before enemies can flood the objective. Once Summit gets chaotic, it becomes much harder to regain control. Instead of constantly rushing enemies, hold power positions and force enemies to push into you. That gives your team the advantage. And just like Raid, once enemy spawns become predictable, your team should apply non-stop pressure and trap them before they can regroup. Final section. The biggest mistake teams make in Control is playing like it's team deathmatch. Control is about map pressure, positioning, timing, and teamwork. Kills matter, but smart kills matter more. If your team communicates properly, rotates together, and controls the map instead of blindly rushing, you'll start winning way more matches. And remember, Raid is about split pressure and spawn traps. Firing Range is about mid-map control. Summit is about teamwork and choke point control. If this tutorial helped you guys improve your control gameplay in Call of Duty Mobile, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what map or mode tutorial you want to see next. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.